Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Today with the Africa Twin once more. I have so many mods to do to the Africa Twin, it's not even funny. It's been a few months, very busy, very eclectic. My garage is a mess, not only motorcycle wise that need work. Actually right now the only bike that works is the latest CBR that I fixed, which is under the blanket over there. I left the Africa Twin parked. And I have over here a USB port. The problem with that USB port is touch sensitive on and off, and somehow it stayed on by the time I was gone. And when I came back, the very expensive Honda battery was completely dead. To make sure that that never happens again, to add accessories to the bike, which are coming and in droves, I actually decided to buy an EZ-Can. It's programmable, it's not that expensive. You plug it in and forget about it. You can add all the accessories you want to it. So there it is. Link in the description for everything I'm using, as always. So now for the chit chat, let's get on it. I hate having to install extra software on my computer to make anything work, with the usual Windows popping up that is not working, or the update is, or the device is not recognized, and all those things. But unfortunately, it's a necessary evil to get the full function of what an EZ-Can can give you. For those functions, I can refer you to EZ-Can themselves. Nobody can explain it better than they can. So let's forget about that. You can do their research, and let's see how to install it on the Africa Twin. You do not need to remove most of the other things I removed. If you're just installing the EZ-Can on your bike, the only thing you need to remove is the two seats and then a few things up top over here. When it comes to the side panel, you just push it aside and you can work your way in. There is a pop-up at the bottom. Push it aside, and there's the screw that we actually need to remove right there. But not just yet, because first we need to remove those two screws up here and those two screws over here. The CAN bus on the Africa Twin is down there, so we're not going to remove the tank, but we got access by removing a plate up top. So that's what we're going to do. Then this that goes there. These wires you guys see over here, it's for that thing. One, two. At this point, those plastic pieces come out. There is a clip on the inside. You just stick your fingernails over there and pull it aside like that, and that comes out easy as that. So we'll put that aside. Now we got to remove the 10mm up top and those four 10mm over here. At this point, lift this and remove the plate. Easy as that. Put it aside for now. And the CAN bus, it's down in there. That is it right there. I wish this thing would focus on it, but no. So under there we gotta disconnect. All right, remember, before you connect or disconnect anything, it's time to disconnect the battery. The battery on the Africa Twin is on this side, the left side, the clutch side, and it's behind the toolbox. Two screws, one up here, undo them and pull. If you're attempting an installation like this, you should know how to remove the toolbox. That's why I'm not spending much time on it. It's time to start plugging in the EZ-Can. First, we gotta route the cable that goes to the battery, so this long one over here, and it's gonna go under the tank and to the battery box. It's time to use a very highly sophisticated and hard to find tool. this one right here. Not for anything, but to give myself a little bit of a little edge on running the wire. There is one thing that they recommend to do, and is to remove the fuse, or at least open it up so that it's easier for this assembly to go through. I think I have enough room to get it through, so I'm gonna leave it as is and pass it. If you followed me long enough, you know how obsessive I get with a clean installation. This is no different, so you can only imagine how long it took me to pass the wires exactly where I want them and how I want them to get there. So, but it's done. The EZ-Can is in here, so it's time to plug it in. And before we plug it in, we gotta unplug the actual CAN bus down there. It should be easy enough. Squeeze and pull out. I'm gonna try to stuff my surgical hands in there and try to undo it. This is not happening with those hands, so let me grab something. Those should do. If you have smaller hands, it's gonna be way easier for you to get this done. There you go. All right. Ooh. Here it is. You should be able to see it right there. So the EZ-Can runs in parallel, I think it's called. So pretty much you plug one side into the male and one side into the female plug or the CAN bus itself, so that the EZ-Can is in between and can trick the system into thinking that is the CAN bus giving the orders. One is plugged in, and now I'm gonna plug in number 2 down there. All right, you guys are not gonna see this because it's gonna take a little bit. Catch you up in a second. All right, the EZ-Can is in there. All the wires have been routed around. So the only thing to do is to put everything back together. We're gonna start with this thing. So up. Just make sure that none of the wires get pinched or anything else. And then it's time for the 8mm to go back in. As always, remember, don't tie anything up until you have all 4 of them in place. Otherwise, it's just gonna make more work for yourself. All right, now that that is in, time to put the bolt up here. And time to put the plastic pieces back on. I mean, it's pretty straightforward at this point. Just remember the tab on the side once more. There you go. And time to start putting all the screws back in. At this point, there is some Velcro over here. You can hear it. There is the little push in. There you go. This one right there. So at this point, you should have just 2 little ones left. There you go. Now you have 4 circuits coming out of it. So in the future you can add the cherry bomb, the one that makes a very loud noise, auxiliary lights, as much as your heart is content, but I'm afraid that that's more a BMW GS thing with 10,000 lights, as if they're going around the world on a Vespa. Your GPS, you can wire all sorts of things, including auxiliary USB ports. I have an auxiliary port that I install up here, which I'm not going to wire into that because I want to attempt something a little different. The Africa Twin has already plugs for the auxiliary power. This plug over here, so I'm going to try to plug it directly into the Africa Twin system, and we'll see how it goes. But enough yapping around, let's move on this side. Let's install the new battery, and once the new battery is installed, let's see if everything works properly. In theory, with the EZ-Can, you will never have to plug anything else onto the battery itself. In my case, there are 3 wires going into the battery. The wires from the bike itself, the wire from the charger, because I have a pigtail on the side, and the wire that goes into the EZ-Can. And from this point on, everything else that needs to go in there will go through the EZ-Can itself. Shorai gives you everything you need to make it fit properly, because the battery is way smaller. And the only thing you need to remember is the polarity. So remember, if you buy a Shorai, to buy the one that has the plus side on the top left. Before I forget, I weighted the OEM versus the Shorai. The Shorai comes out as 600 and some, it's gonna be on the screen, while the OEM comes out at 1,300 and some grams, which means the Shorai is about 700 grams or so lighter. 700 grams, it's about £1.5. So quite a bit of savings, easier than for me to lose £1.5, although it would be better if I lose £1.5. But anyway, let's put it on and let's start plugging everything in. It goes nice and snug, and when I close the retainer over here, it's nice and snug as well. But let's attach all the wires and put the toolbox back on the bike. When it comes to the toolbox, there is only 2 things to remember. Actually, one thing to remember is those 2 holes at the bottom. They go here. There are 2 tabs on the battery box. Just make sure that those go in, those 2 like that, and then the battery box is in. It doesn't pull out when you pull from the bottom. At this point you can put the seat on or wire in whatever you want and go on with your life. In my case, I'm gonna keep doing a whole bunch of experiments. Everything works. Hopefully I will not run out of battery when I park the bike for a while. So finger crossed, only time will tell, and back to the personal cam. That's it for now. So thank you very much to my patrons. You guys are the best. If you guys are not patrons and you want to help the channel, just subscribe. It's free, or use the links down in the description to buy the stuff I buy for the bike. Other than that, dai tutti, and I'll see you next time.